welcome back to my channel. It is 7:03 a.m. and I just finished my body pump class that I take at EOS. I discovered this class with Cameron probably in the month of July at some point, and we love it. It is so much fun. It has gotten me to like weightlifting again because there came a point where I was just so bored with weightlifting. Like, it didn't sound fun to me. It didn't sound like I wanted it. I wasn't down to do it, honestly. So body pump has been amazing. So the class is 2 times a week. It's just everything, honestly. It's kind of like a HIIT style workout. So you're working out your entire body at, certain increments, and the tempo changes throughout that little section. So like, let's just say you're doing squats. You're doing like a 3-second going down and then a 1-second going up. So it's like always changing the tempo, going slow, going fast, doing singles, doing pulses. It's a lot of fun. It's actually very hard, and that class lasts from like 5:30 to 6:30. So Monday and Wednesdays are my earlier days where like I have to be up, and then I'm going to take you guys through the rest of my week in terms of other things that I do pre-work and then after work for my hobbies to just keep me sane, because I feel like in terms of how my life has changed since post-grad, I'm 3 years out of graduating college at this point. And what I love about my growth so far is I developed a morning routine, but also I developed a lot of hobbies. And I think it's so important because it's something that I honestly overlooked when I was in college. I didn't think I needed hobbies because I was so busy with other things, and so that kind of filled my time. And then by the time I got out of college, I was like, what do people do? How people spend their time and everything. And I feel like I'm still definitely involved in areas of my life and obviously a social life, but at the same time, it's like I still feel like it's so nice to have hobbies individual to you that you love and that keep your cup filled throughout the week, because it's so easy to just autopilot and go throughout your entire week and then be like, what the heck did I do other than work and just existing? So I'm also not a big TV movie person, and nor is Ethan, so I feel like it naturally kind of helps in terms of developing other hobbies because I'm just not sitting and watching TV. Another fun thing I want to mention that's filling my cup right now is I thought of the idea of spirit weeks. So in high school, when obviously you would have a whole week and the school would say today is career day, you dress up like your career, or whatever, college day and all that stuff. So I feel like now that I'm in my corporate job, it's something to look forward to when I just challenge myself with outfits, because obviously every single day you're just throwing something on, and I like to plan all my outfits on a Sunday so that I know exactly what I'm grabbing for the rest of the week. This week is more of a simple kind of smart casual vibe, still businessy, but a lot of neutrals. Last week I did kind of a girly week, so I did lots of pinks, lots of flowy pieces, and that was really fun. So yeah, that's my vibe this week, and it's just challenging me to wear pieces I don't usually wear and all that stuff. And you're probably wondering, why the heck am I wearing a long sleeve when it is still summer in Vegas? It's freaking freezing in our office. But I'm gonna take you guys along this week and show you guys every hobby that I do. Good morning. It is now Tuesday. Let's freelance together. I got up a little bit later today. Ethan and I celebrated our anniversary last night, so we just had a little bit of change of pace and didn't get to really relax because we went out to dinner and everything, but it was so fun. Now I'm going to make sure that I do my freelance work for the week. So depending on the week, it can fluctuate, but I'm now at 2 clients. I do their reel editing, and I also help them monthly plan. So I'm gonna check in, see how they're doing on the plan, because we're at the end of August now, and see what type of content they're able to turn back around to me within this week. If not, going to kind of feed that into September's plan, and yeah, just catch up on some things. But I like to freelance outside because our yard is done. We finished it early July, so now it's so nice to just sit outside. We don't have any formal outdoor furniture, but we do have fold out chairs, and that is enough for me. So I'm going to go do that outside, because also the weather this week is insane. It's cloudy and it's supposed to rain today, but I should be fine just for the next hour and a half or so. I'm probably gonna freelance for around an hour and then get ready for work, and I like to leave by 7:30. So let's go. freelancing. Now I'm packing up my lunch for today. I realized I actually count freelancing as a hobby, and I should have mentioned that because when I first started doing it, I was not doing it for money. I really actually don't necessarily profit off of what I make. I solely save it or pay off debt with it. So it's not like I really like see it as spending money unless I like absolutely have to, or if I'm traveling, and that's like the really big exception if it's like a big trip or something. But other than that, I merely do it because I have a passion for helping small businesses with content creation. I think it's so hard to run a business in general, and then also to market yourself on social media is even harder because that's just the last thing you want to do. So I really feel like that's just something I love to do, and I love to help other businesses do that and get that off the ground. So that's why I count it as a hobby. When I first got out of college, I really had no hobbies, and it's funny because if I explain that to my friends, they'd be like, Camille, you do a lot of stuff. That's really not the point though. I feel like a hobby is something you're doing for fun. It's a challenge, but it's also stimulating your mind in a different way. And for me, I count that as like working out. I count that as crafting or sewing now and all that good stuff. I feel like before I really didn't have any of that. I really just kept to working out and nothing. Like other than that, like freshly post-grad, I really didn't do anything else. I feel like that's where I have really developed like a good chunk of hobbies, and it's so fun because when you're doing it with friends, it's like even better. So Cam and I picked up tennis at the start of the year. We mainly did it because we were doing this like corporate challenge thing. So like companies across Las Vegas compete against each other in a challenge. And so we were like, let's do tennis. Like who literally cares? I feel like we need to stop like pretending like it's embarrassing to start new things because it's so much fun. And like sewing, I'm genuinely not good at sewing. If you ask my mom or my sisters, they will be the first to tell you I'm just like not as detail oriented in that way. Like I'm detail oriented in other things, but like when it comes to like actually crafting and making things, sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't care if the seam is straight, but in sewing you obviously have to care. So it's just like cool to kind of think of things a little bit differently. And I feel like sewing is like a very like extreme, you're paying a lot of money for a hobby, but it can even be like just like walking every single day or like doing something daily that is like literally free and costs you $0, and it just makes the world of a difference. Yeah, I just have that like fire in me to have hobbies now, and I think it's so fun, and I just like try to pick up something every season, try something new and like to pick something up. And I feel like now is better than ever. Like we have no kids, there's not a lot of responsibilities in terms of like other people or things to take care of. We don't have any pets either. It's like, what else do you do with your time? Like you may as well pick up a hobby. Today's hobby was freelance, and then tonight I'm hoping I sew. I'm praying I get to sew because I miss my machine. I think about it 10 times a day. Welcome to my little sewing table. We set this up earlier this summer because my sewing machine was gifted just around my birthday. So I found this desk off Facebook Marketplace for like literally 40 bucks. Then this chair was from Walmart on sale for like around 70 or 80. So I ended up buying this pattern from Hobby Lobby. It's all baby rompers, which is kind of perfect because there's a lot of babies in my life, and I figure I can still use the cutouts even if kids are older. So I'm currently making this little strawberry moment for my friend's baby. I also have a bunch of scrap fabric, so I love the color palette of red. Red's my favorite color, so I figure I can still just like use whatever. Here is my sewing machine. It is so much fun, and it's actually pretty challenging, but I'm really enjoying it. So I'll usually watch like YouTube, like a vlog or golf or whatever, and just sit here. But I have about an hour before we'd like to be in bed, so let's get to it.
And you guys know how I feel about like my 1 hour for 2 seconds. It's really great. Let's get you there together. Keep the heating curve for a minute. There we go.
Okay, time to turn in for the night, but here is the bottom. I just sewed the sides and the back seam. Since it's a baby onesie, obviously there's gonna be like elastic and a little snap button at the bottom, so there's still a lot of work to do on this, and it's huge. I know that, and I'm being very mindful because Marlo's a tall queen and she's a longer legs and torso, so I don't want to cut this too much and then it doesn't fit her. Then here's the little top, here's the front, and then here's the back. There's going to be a zipper, I believe. I need to figure out. That's the progress. Going to finish it off hopefully this week, if not this weekend. Good morning, it's Thursday. It's another freelance day for me. I typically try to do freelance on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So before that, I'm going to go on a quick little bike ride. It's 5:52, so the sun is just about to rise. So it's the perfect time because the sun won't be in my face, the traffic's really low, and it's just so pretty to see the sunrise. So let's go do that and then come back. And it's like the perfect combination. I swear, my endorphins just keep me so awake because usually if I go on my screen and I like try not to do much movement, it kind of makes me just feel not human, you know, because I'm just looking at a screen literally all day. So let's go get some movement in. Okay, I'm working on a reel for Hales for just growing her relationship with God and her tips on how to grow your relationship with God for her audience. And the hardest part recently has been finding music. I feel like Instagram's music has been so bad. I feel like on TikTok you find so many remixes and different things like that, and then I think Instagram just blocks out a lot of these like creative people who make really cool mashups and stuff like that. So I'm gonna find a song and then show you guys how the final product looks. I also edited another video she had feedback on. I'm going to look at what other content she has. We did schedule a meeting for Monday because I have Labor Day off and she also took off. So we're going to look at September and make sure we're good to go for the month. We're doing pretty good, honestly. With her traveling still in August and everything, we're at 9 videos. This will be the 10th. And every month we are doing a package of 16 reels. So pretty good for the fact that she traveled this month. Here are the 3 reels that I finished for Hales. Because of copyright, I cannot play it for you, but just trust me. This left one was like a trendy reel about It's a Beautiful Day to Save Lives, a play off of Grey's Anatomy. This middle one was about growing your relationship with God, putting that on the screen. Then this last one was actually Hale's idea. It is a play off of Justin Bieber's Swag song, but she wanted to say styled with ambition and grace. So that's 3 for her, and I'm gonna go get ready and head out for work today. Good morning. We're out here gonna get a run in. It's Friday and it's 5:46 a.m. Here's my outfit. This top is actually Viore. This Gymshark bra, Lululemon shorts, and my belt bag. Hales?
Hello. These are my sister's shorts. I have no idea. I think this top, not me just saying. Good question. Hollister, I think. This, Brandy.
Oh.
1080s.
This is us after our run. We're excited because we're gonna have a sleepover tonight with our friends. How's you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. Strong. Awesome. Ready for Friday. How are you feeling?
Yes. I'm feeling, I need to hydrate.
How is your...
Ooh, my running playlist is really fire. I think I underappreciated Lorde when she was like at her prime. Yeah. I didn't really listen to her, but it was really good. Okay, see you guys. It's the weekend. I got off of work early because of the long weekend, so I got straight to baking because I'm going over to my friends tonight for a sleepover. So I have some chocolate muffins for us for tomorrow morning because we're gonna go on a hike. And then I'm also gifting her some caramel sauce. I made this for the first time around 2 weeks ago, and it's one of those things that I just is very overstimulating because it's so timely, so I didn't vlog any of this. But baking is definitely one of my hobbies, and especially in the form of gift giving. Last week I made some banana bread, it's almost gone, but also just like thinking of when I see my friends throughout the week, and if I have a baked good, I usually try to pack it and give it to them. As I packed this up, I also remembered I have some extra random fabric from the project. So I'm gonna fold it up and tie it onto the top of the jar. Just a little cute upcycled ribbon moment. I'm kind of against like buying gift wrapping and stuff like that. I feel like it's kind of unnecessary. I know it's not that cute, but maybe I can cut it and make it a little bit cuter. I really think I started taking baking seriously sometime in the start of 2024-ish when we moved into the house, and I was baking a lot of stuff, and now it's just like my go-to whenever I'm gonna go over to someone's house or as a thank you or just, yeah, any gift giving. It's so nice and very meaningful because then you can think of things that they would use. Sav loves to make coffee at home, and I feel like she could really make some good use out of this. It's so yummy, and if you like a salted caramel drink, you will love that recipe. So I'll link it down below. Gonna go head to her house, and then we're gonna go to dinner and have ourselves a fun little girl weekend. Happy Labor Day. It's currently 2 o'clock-ish, and here's the current setup for my next hobby. This isn't like technically a hobby, but I guess it kind of counts because I'm going to be reading. Don't think I'm like an avid reader, but I'm trying to be. And I had this book in my possession for around 2 years now, which is crazy, so I'm going to read it. I got it at a conference that I got to go to in 2023, and then while I read and eat my snacks, I will be swimming and tanning in our pool that we got this summer. Our yard got dug probably around a month ago or two, and now this is just how Ethan and I love to spend our afternoons when we're home. So this is what we're going to do for the rest of the day. I actually had a very productive holiday. I worked out this morning. I went to grab coffee with Cameron. Then I did chores around the house. I went to go meet with Hales for freelance. And then I also did a couple errands. So now it's time to relax and unwind. Thanks for watching today and seeing all the hobbies that I do within a normal week. And I hope to do more of these and feature more hobbies and all that kind of stuff. I just want to prove to you guys that it is so possible to still have hobbies and things you love, even if you work a full-time job, because there's still pockets in the day that you can enjoy and relax and do fun things to take your mind off of the grind. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.